I wanted to put a final touch on the videos that I made about overcoming every problem. Overcoming every problem. Christ said, "Take heart, for I have overcome the world." Christ overcame evil. He overcame hate with love. He overcame death itself. Everything he overcame. And he set a good example for us, didn't he? And how did he overcome all of these things? Because the Father within flowed through him. He got his ego out of the way. And he looked to God. And he trusted God. And he only wanted to do the Father's will. He got his own will out of the way, his own selfishness out of the way. And then the Father flowed through him. So what you must learn is to get your ego out of the way, your selfishness out of the way, your anger, your emotions out of the way, any emotion out of the way, your own plans and schemes. Because to the extent that you meddle in anything, meddle in other people's issues, how many of you have meddled in your kids' lives, made a mess out of everything? But to the extent that, and other people meddle in your life and they made a mess out of it, didn't they? They seem to have the answers, but then you find out they don't. Make everything worse. But when you meddle with your own problems, when you try to solve your own, when you try to save yourself, see, that's what you've always done. First of all, you tried to save face, didn't you? When you made a mistake, you were unfair with someone, or you were impatient with someone, or you were angry with someone, and you tried to save face, didn't you? You looked to excuses and rationale, or you twisted the facts to try to make things come out right, or you built the case against them to make them look worse. You always tried to save face, or you covered what you did up. Didn't want people to know it. You covered it up. And then you tried to save yourself. You tried to make yourself good, make yourself innocent, make yourself nice. And how did you do that? Well, in the mirror of other people's eyes. So you put on an act for other people, didn't you? And you served them and served them and served them. And maybe they gave you approval and maybe they didn't. But either way, you didn't really get better. In fact, you got worse because of your meddling. Because you were interfering. See, had you never resented anyone, for example, had you never gotten angry, and I know you were only a little child, and you were born to imperfect parents, who maybe they did their best, but it wasn't quite good enough, because they didn't have understanding.